Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am CasualGeekyGaming and you can call me Casual. And this is my The Outer Worlds Let's Play, episode number 5. Now, in the last time, we collected one of the debts for Silas, and we got some bounties to collect on. So, in this episode, we will continue on and see what more we can get accomplished. So if you're geeked to see that with me, scroll down, click like, click subscribe, leave me a comment, and make sure you watch the video all the way through until the end so you get the full experience that I'm trying to bring to you. With that being said, let's do this.
Had your rations yet?
Yep.
Hey, bud.
Cans of salt tuna.
Can I turn the marker on? Can I like set this as my marker? Oh, we can double click. Or not. There we go. Awesome. That's what I wanted. That's what I didn't know how to do. It's like, alright, come on, let's go. Let's get a move on.
I've been feeling pretty low.
You and me both. You and me both. What just happened? Well, here's the cannery, so let's do this. This is obviously the one we were headed towards. Hello? Where are you? Awesome. Is this Phil? Yeah, you. Carry on. You weren't right. Is it up? Let's try up. Or not. Oh. You have to activate. Ah, found it. Don't worry, guys. Hello, Phyllis. How are you?
You the new worker?
No.
Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
I'm guessing you're the foreman.
Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes or right away or thank you.
Thank you. Well, let's collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
Oh, that's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart.
Oh.
Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said, the guy shot himself?
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
You... What?
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines.
That's kind of funny.
Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism. When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
Would've.
Look around. Edgewater ain't exactly swimming in luxury. We can't afford to pay the body price of a suicide. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
I'll let you get back to work then. Alright. So, that means we got one more. And down we go. Ow! I forgot about that. Fall damage. Okay, how do I get out? I never want to come back to this cannery again. I never want to. Here we go. Out. Alright, let's go out of the cannery section. Oh.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
I know how you feel.
How did I... Okay, going down, going down. Warmer, warmer. I feel like I'm circling it, right? $20 meters, 18 meters. It's here, right? I'm so confused. I know I'm circling it. Where is it?
Almost lost a finger in the cannery today.
Good for you.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never? Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
Take it easy. Yeah.
Hey, some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
So, you're Martin
What?
Epinetti.
No. I mean, I might be. That depends on who's asking.
I'm not looking for any trouble, my bud.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what? Well, I actually just want to know, say knows what for story
Dying.
purposes.
I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies.
Don't say that, Mr. Abernathy. You still got a couple decades in you.
I'd steer clear, Ms. Holcomb. My affliction's bound to be contagious. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sorry to hear that, bud.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees.
Excellent.
I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
How can I help you, bud?
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
I got some questions for you
Do what I
first.
can.
Why can't you just buy some of the medicine yourself?
I tried medicating myself with adrenatime. Didn't do much for me, as far as I can tell. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of medicine is strictly prohibited to any workers beneath the acceptable margin of health. Company policy.
In other words, because you're already sick.
More like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough.
Fair enough. Are there
You
guards?
will not find any guards within sight of that old place. Marauders, on the other hand.
Well, what can you tell me about them?
I have it on good authority. There's a gang of them squatting there. I advise stepping softly.
I've heard enough.
So you'll do it then?
Absolutely.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Law, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Anything I should know about the community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
That's an awful big risk you're taking.
I know that. But I got nobody else to turn to. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone to see the good vicar, but I never did find my courage.
Well, I'll leave you be then. Good talking with you, friend.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Oh, who said that? Oh, you. What do you want?
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine. Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
He's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
And what do you need it for, friend?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Let me worry about that.
Alright. Here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'll think about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Alright. Let's rock and or roll. I'm in. Well, I'm not in, but that'll, that should be the end of the, bounties. Check one off of the list. Boom. Hammersmith invites you to come see the greatest, tossball backs of all time. Let's go talk to, this fella. And, yeah.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here.
Ah.
Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry, Parvati.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Yeah.
You run into any trouble?
I'm all done. Paperwork, fees, and signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to. And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
Excellent. Oh.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
I agree.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He didn't know. Alright. He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A, for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Well, let me ask you about something else.
The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. There a reason you asking?
Well, I don't understand.
Hope's just a rumor, friend. Ancient rumor at that. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Get yourself some zero-G brew. It's a brew that's good for what ails you. No, this is sounding like sedition. I'm not too keen on getting clapped in irons because you wouldn't stop running your mouth. Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colony that, but you need to stop, or there's gonna be trouble.
Well, trouble in asking the question.
Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for folk running their mouths, spreading hoaxes and the like. Frankly, neither do I.
Well, then let's change the subject then.
Something I can do for you?
Let's talk about Eugene.
What about him?
I don't know. He managed to... Oh.
Yeah. Funny thing, Eugene's body ain't where it's supposed to be. The night we was supposed to commend his body to the earth, I had his grave all dug up and ready, right? And so I thought, I'll just rest my eyes a bit. When I woke up, his body was gone. Spirited away. Vanished. The footprints nearby suggested that Eugene was stolen by marauders. Or he rose from the dead.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for them, I guess.
Let me know if you find anything.
Got a question for you, friend. Alright, that seems to be everything. Boom. Has changed. If enemies are hostile, but your reputation isn't kill on sight, leaving for a few days will calm things down. The people of Halcyon have a short memory. Alright. That's the journal. What's the long tomorrow? What's the fistful? Oh, okay, so... Well, let's deliver Reed's message. Come on. Let's hop the stream. Oh. Come on. Up, up, up. Upsy daisy. Hey, that's neat. Edgewater Cemetery discovered. Oh. Are these graves? I thought they were... Yeah, no, these are... Oh, never mind. I thought they were... Like... Never mind. I thought they were little, like, greenhouse things. I thought they were like little greenhouse things, apparently. The graves. My bad. Alright. So, we gotta truck it out to the old... I don't know what this is. We gotta truck it out over here to the little green map marker here. And, yeah, it'll be good times to be had by all. And it'll be good times to be had by... Oh, the biotech lab. Biogenic lab? What did that say? I know, I got you, friend. I got you. Those ambient noises are awesome. Not completely immersive, but... Ooh. Hello, Marauder. How are you? Who's that? Do we have another Marauder? Or that was kind of a random Marauder to be lying out and about. Alright. Ooh, what's this? Nope, can't break in. Okay. Let's keep going, keep pushing through. Oh, look at that. That is super cool. Look at that volcano. Anyway. Let's rock and roll. Here's the botanical lab.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
What? You can't tell me what to do.
I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
What's your problem, man? No, I'm looking for Adelaide.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
I'm looking for the geothermal plant.
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Can do, Grace. Where can I find her?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Well... Trouble with marauders?
You don't know what enough with the questions means?
Not really.
No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for her.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Well, unless we're...
Could do without the gallows humor. I'll tell you what I can.
Anywhere, any idea?
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already.
Well...
Little ways ago. She was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about.
And the marauders took her away, you think, huh?
Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
Well, how well did you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
Well,
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
well, let's change the subject.
What is it?
Hey, don't get all snooty with me. But we're in. So, gonna start. Nope. All right. Ooh. Oh, hey, who is this? Here's just a random fella sitting.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Hi, Thomas.
Your wits about you, friend.
That didn't seem like a Thomas. Are you Tom? Oh, you're Thomas.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati.
That's such an odd thing to say.
How are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
Just passing through.
Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair.
It's never too late to start learning, bud.
I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering?
Oh, I haven't
Comes in
actually.
a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy. Should find another one back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
I'll let you know if I find anything. What about the third,
I
actually?
wish I knew. I wagered the town had the full set once upon a time. Where the third's gone, I can't say.
I'll let you know if I find anything.
Would you? I'd be grateful.
Sure. I wanted to ask you some things,
What's
though,
on
first.
your mind?
Well, you said how have you been getting away with it?
Luck, mostly. Nothing's needed serious repairing yet. Nothing's broken down that we can't just replace with something scavenged from the outskirts. Oh, I can swap out a water filter or charge up a battery and go on pretending I know what I'm doing, but the moment I'm asked to do any real engineering, I'm in trouble.
Well, how long have you lived here, friend?
Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
Well, what were you doing out there?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Let's go. That's an awkward stop. Hey, I asked you a question, but... Alright, so that's Thomas. We got a new quest. That's good. Well, let's do it. Let's go talk to you.
If If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
No.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace. We can get to that.
No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
I'm surprised you managed to grow anything out here.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Well, looks like we made a home for yourself
A home
out here.
for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Well, why did you leave your old home, huh?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Well, Reed sent me to make peace with you. Let's get the mission on with.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Reed asked you to consider coming back to the town. Something about the town's... Well...
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. Yeah.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What have you got against this town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Well... I don't like why you throw that in your face to get me on your side. I don't like the...
I'm alright. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Alright.
It's not much of a living. Every single person in that town has sold themselves to Spacer's Choice. The company owns them. Body, blood, and bones. You've been there. You've seen it. All anyone ever does is toil over a cannery. They give their lives for some heartless corporation, and then they're tossed into a Spacer's Choice brand cemetery.
I guess you do have a point.
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, Workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
Well, let's ask one
You
more.
bring power to Reed's town, and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
I gotta agree completely on this one. Quite frankly, Edgewater seems like a horrible place. Alright. Well, let's check the journal. Let's check, well, let's definitely check this. Let's definitely check this. Come on, friend. Come on. Hey! That was quick.
Fancy duds. Do the tubes get in your way?
Eh?
You mean Zoe?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Well, what happened?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
Tell me a little bit about her, huh?
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
Was she acting strange?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd.
Well, what was surprising?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Well,
hey, I got time.
That's good. I got more questions about
I'll
Zoe.
help if I can.
Nope, let's go. Actually, that's probably the end of this episode here. So, if you were, this is the point in the episode when I just want to say thank you. I know you can spend your time doing anything you wanted, and you decided to spend it with me. So if you made it with me this far, thank you. I appreciate it. And if you're geeked about it too, scroll down, click like, click subscribe, leave me a comment, and make sure you come back for the next exciting episode of The Outer Worlds. And with that, I am out. See ya!